Today we are going to discuss about the Power BI report in how to create a Power BI report by using SSASQ. So I have a Power BI desktop tool. So I'm just opening this Power BI desktop. If you're clicking on this Power BI desktop, it will open the Power BI designer window desktop version. Okay. So now I want to take data from the SSEAS cube. I have Adventure Works cube. Okay. So my cube name is Adventure Works. Okay. Right. So I have two queries. So this first query will give the information about the each category. Okay, this is the category and this is subcategory and this is the each product, and each product wise what is the sales amount. So I have written a simple MDX query, that is select and the internet sales amount on the axis 0 and whatever the categories and subcategories and product names I have taken on the axis 1. All these are the dimensions and this is the measure values. From which cube? The cube name is Adventure Box. So first what you have to do, you have to create a connection to the SSAS cube. So how can you connect to the SSAS cube? You just go to get data from the analysis services. So in these analysis services, you have to provide the server name and database name. So after you are giving the server name and database name, so you just go to MDX. So you can't take the connect live, because so you have to download and you have to install that gateways to connect to the live connection. So as of now you can connect to only import in the sense whatever the data you have in your cube you can import into the Power BI in memory. So it's not a live data, whatever the data you have imported, so that data it will display in the reports. Okay, so now I'm going to create a connection to the SSAS cube. First you have to give the server name and a database name. So then after you have to give this MDX query in this MDX window here. Okay, right. After you are clicking OK, after giving all the information, you will get this information. Okay, just load into your SSAS data into your Power BI. So it is loading the data from your SSAS cube into your Power BI in memory. Okay, right. So this is the query you are getting over here. Okay, what are the fields? Internet sales category and product subcategory, all this information is coming here. So if you want to rename this query table name, so you just click over here. I want to give this is a main table. Okay, so under this table these are the measures. If you want to edit this query, the result set, yes, you can edit. Click on the edit, right? So the proper names you can give over here. This is category name and this is subcategory name and this is product name and this is sales amount, right? Okay, so here we have to do one format over here. So what is the format we have to do? So the data type of this measure value I want to change into decimal. Okay, so then only you can do some calculations on these values. So after you are converting the data type of this sales amount is, sorry, so here it is not changing, so I'm going to keep product name. Okay, so this is sales amount. Clear? I'm sorry, this is subcategory name and this is product name. Okay, and this is sales amount, right? So now I am changing the data type into decimal. Yes, already we did the changes. So whatever the changes you are doing here, so those are will track here. If you want to roll back, you just cancel the whatever the transactions, whatever the steps we have applied here. So you just renamed a columns, right? So if you are clicking over here, it will roll back. Okay, right. So whatever the null values are there here. So what I want to do, I want to replace these null values with 0. So you just replace values null with 0. So it is simple null value. Click OK. So I have replaced all the null values with 0, because if it is there null values in the measure column, what will happen? So the calculations are difficult. So you just click close, apply. So whatever the steps we have applied here, it will do the transformations whatever we have applied, right? So now what I want to do, I want to create one more data source. That means one more query I am going to take over here. So this is the query. So this query will give whatever the order quantities, total order quantities is 31455, and this one give the each category wise, subcategory wise, product wise order quantities. Okay, so I want to create one more data set over here. So how can you create? So you just go and get data from analysis services. Again you have to give the server name and the database name, and this query you can click OK, you can import. So the second query also we have imported. So I want to rename this second query. The table name is I want to take order QTY table. So I'm just giving order QTY tab. Okay, so if you want to edit this one, and if you want to change the data type of this, you just edit query. So the column name you can give order QTY, and this value I want to change the data type into number. It's not a decimal, so you just take whole number, then close, apply. Okay, so total I have two tables. How can you see what are the tables you have and what is the relationships between those two tables? Just click on the relationships tab over here. So there is no relationship between these two tables, right? This is the table category name, subcategory name, product name, sales amount, and this is the order quantity table we have, right? So now I want to design a report, and in this report three slicers I want to take. The slicers are for parameter selection. Here it is a category name, and here it is a subcategory name, and here it is a product name. So what are the slicers are available over here? We have this filter, this one. Okay, the name is a simple slicer. So I don't want to use this slicer, so I want to import a customized slicer from the Power BI site. So you just go over here, custom visual in Power BI. Just go to the Power BI site. You can download the different kind of visualizations. So what visualization you require? You just type here slicer. See here there are four kind of slicers are coming. So I want to take this attribute slicer. Just click on download visual. The visual is downloaded. So you have to import that visual into your Power BI desktop. Just click over here, import a custom visual. Import. So where it is? So that is attribute slicer 0.116. Click OK. So whatever the visual you have imported, so that is coming over here. Okay, right. So I want to take this visual 3 times because I want 3 visuals. So in the first visual I am going to take a category, and in the second visual subcategory, and in the third visual product name. Okay, so total 3 visuals are coming. So if you are selecting, when you are selecting the category for the first visual, you just select this first one, and at the same time if you want to display the sales amount in the slicer, So you can click sales amount also. See here, for the accessories, for the bikes, what is the sales amount? 2831845. Okay, right. The same way I want to select for subcategory also the sales amount, and for this slicer also I am going to select the sales amount. Okay, so the values it is displaying here, right? So if you want to apply any borders for this one, yes, you can apply. And for this one also, if you want to apply borders, for this one, yes, border apply. And for the second one, border apply. And the third one also the border apply. Okay, right. So these are the three slices. If you want to take any background color, yes, you can take the background color also. See here, the background color on. And what is the color you want to take? I want to take the color background is this one. For this one also you can take the background color. Okay, three slices. So whatever the categories we have, whatever the subcategories we have, whatever the products we have. So now what I am going to display here, I want to display a single value, a measure value. So what is that value? I am going to multiply this sales amount with this order quantity. So whatever the value is coming, so that value I want to display over here. So I am going to call that is a base value. So I want to create a measure by using these two measure columns from the two different tables. We don't have any relationship in the both tables. Okay. So if you want to create a new measure, you just click on the new measure. So when you are going to create a new measure, if you are trying to multiply these two values, this value sales amount and this order quantity, you can't do over here, because if you don't have a direct relationship between these two tables, you can't apply. So what you have to do, you have to create two different measures. Okay, so I want to create this measure in this order quantity table. Okay, just click on this order quantity table and go to new measure. So in this new measure, what is the name you want to give? I want to give total sales amount. So here sum of, so what is the value you want to take? Whatever the sales amount you have in the previous the main table, you just select that sales amount. Right? See here, a new measure is created. So now what I want to do, I want to create one more measure, that is order quantity. Okay, or you can will try to take the directly these two values to multiply. Okay, so one more measure, click here, new measure. This is final, sorry, base value. So one measure value is total sales amount into order quantity table. No, we don't have. So the order quantity measure is not coming here. So what you have to do? So first you have to create one more measure for the order quantity. Order QTY. So I want to take order QTY value. Sum of, or you can take count of, whatever. Count of sum of the order quantity at order quantity. Okay, so now you have two measures. One measure is for order quantity, another measure is for total sales amount. So by using these two, you can create a new measure, that is the base value. Click new measure, base value. Okay, so this base value, what we are going to use, total sales amount into, now the order quantity measure will come, order QTY value. See, this is nothing but whatever the measure we have created, and this is nothing but whatever the measure we have created. So these two are nothing but this value and this value. But when you are going to calculate the base value, you can't take this value and this value directly from the two tables. So what you have to do, you have to create two different measures first individually, then you can use those calculated measures for calculating a new value. Okay, right. So you just click enter. It will create the base value. So now you can use this value for this one. Click on the base value. See, the total base value is 923.48 BM. So what we have to do? So I want to select only for the accessories, or you can type over here also, search. I want to see bikes. Only the bikes value is this one. So if you are clicking on only bikes, so the base value for the bikes is 890. Or if you want to see, whenever you are selecting here bikes, only whatever the subcategories you have for the bikes, it is displaying, and whatever the products you have, it will displaying. So if you are selecting under the bikes, mountain bikes, so based on whatever the values you are selecting over here, so this value is changing. Am I right? So in this way you can use SSAS cube as the data source, and you can design, you can create a calculated members from the two different tables without having any relationship. Okay, thank you.